The last time Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley met on the gridiron, the 2007 Group 3 title was on the line at Giant Stadium. Now here in 2009, the two crosstown rivals meet for the first time in the regular season, with Hills' 54-game winning streak on the line. The Battle of Wayne is about to begin. Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills, next on MSG Varsity. MSG Varsity presents High School Sports Showcase from Wayne Valley High School in Wayne, New Jersey. It's North Jersey high school football, the Battle of Wayne, as the Patriots of Wayne Hills take on the Wayne Valley Indians. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Alongside on the call of the game is Gus Ornstein, and welcome to an electrified Wayne Valley High School. These fans are fired up for the first ever regular season meeting between the Indians and the Patriots, and just the fourth in history between these two schools. Gus, this is more than a high school football game here tonight. This is a happening.
It's absolutely electric here tonight. Of course, the Battle of Wayne, and Wayne Valley looking to bring back some magic from 1991. The last time they played here, Wayne Valley won that one and won a state championship the last time they did both.
Now, when you've reeled off 54 straight wins, obviously you have some offensive weapons, and the Patriots certainly do. And you talk about their offense, it is led by one of the top running backs in the state of New Jersey, Brian Dowling.
Yeah, Brian Dowling, you talk to Coach Olson, he absolutely loves him. You can see here why. Great vision, tremendous feet, the size to get to the outside, and of course, if he needs to, he's got awesome hands. Olson can split him out and use him as a wide receiver. Maybe the most amazing thing about Brian Dowling, he has not lost a football game since 7th grade.
And Dowling already has scored 7 touchdowns this season. On the other side for Wayne Valley, they're going to need a solid performance from their quarterback, Pete Savastano.
Fits perfectly into their offense. Great dual threat quarterback. Talk to Coach Brian O'Connor. You can see here has a much better arm than people give him credit for, but probably where he's most dangerous is using his legs and being able to get outside the pocket and use that speed to find the end zone.
Savastano can beat you in a lot of different ways. He can run the option and throw the football as well. And again, he'll need a big game tonight for the Indians to have a shot against the undefeated Patriots. Well, we are just moments away from the opening kickoff here in this Battle of Wayne. It's Wayne Valley versus Wayne Hills, and you're watching High School Sports Showcase on MSG Varsity.
Your school, your stories, your place to find it all. MSGVarsity.com. With game highlights, scores, events, clubs, and featured content from TV. MSGVarsity.com is the place for everything going on in your high school community. So upload videos, express yourself, share what's going on in your school. At MSGVarsity.com, you are the ultimate insider.
High School Sports Desk. The matchups, rankings and rivalries, plays of the week, coaching exclusives, and player profiles. One show covers it all. High School Sports Desk, weeknights at 7 on MSG Varsity.
For everything electronic, say hello to OptimumStore.com. Find a digital camera that's right for you. Made to withstand the elements, perfect for all your summer adventures in the great outdoors. Plus, upload your favorite photos to a new digital photo frame. Shop with ease, click with confidence. Shop OptimumStore.com today.
MSG Varsity rewrites the yearbook. Every week, High School Journal brings you the sports and activities deserving more play. Fencing, drama, tennis, debate, diving, music, and more. Get the inside stories and the personal profiles, the total high school experience, all in one place. High School Journal, an MSG Varsity original series, only on Optimum.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School. We are just moments away from the opening kickoff of this game between the Indians of Wayne Valley and the Patriots of Wayne Hills. It is a beautiful night for high school football. Temperature in the low 60s, very little wind to speak of. and clear skies overhead. Take a look at the coaches, and there is the head coach at Wayne Hills, Chris Olson, in his 23rd season, 196 wins at the helm of the Patriots. And of course, he's won 54 straight, and there are his keys to victory tonight.
Yeah, we talked about Chris Olson, want to establish the run, and then when we spoke to him the other day, I said, what are you looking to do in this game? He said, do what we always do, which I guess if you're Chris Olson and Wayne Hills means win football games.
Stay on course, and of course they are looking to get back to the state championship game. On the other side, Brian O'Connor in his 8th season, 43 wins, 30 losses for the Indians of Wayne Valley. Last year, 7-3. They've been very good the last few years, 11-1 the year before. What do they have to do tonight to pull off the big upset?
First, it starts with their quarterback, Pete Savastano. They have to protect him tonight. He has to have a huge game. And then if they can get pressure on Mike Quinn, of course, the outstanding quarterback for Wayne Hills, Coach O'Connor was worried that Wayne Hills will try to max protect him. So he said if they can't get pressure, look for them to play a bunch of different coverages tonight and try to confuse the outstanding quarterback of Wayne Hills.
The Indians of Wayne Valley 1-1, losing to Clifton in their first game of the season 2-0, and then bouncing back beautifully to defeat Montclair. Third member of our broadcast team is Steve Degler. Let's check in with Steve down on the sideline. Steve?
All right, guys, thank you very much. I talked with both head coaches before the game. Wayne Hills head coach Chris Olson said about the atmosphere here, high school football doesn't get much better. His kids are all pumped up, and he thinks the whole experience is pretty cool. Meanwhile, for Wayne Valley coach Brian O'Connor, he said it's like a college atmosphere here. They have vendors. There were people tailgating before 5 o'clock tonight, and he said there's a little more excitement here than usual. Let's go back upstairs to you.
All right, Steve, you hit it right on the head. This is, as we said, more than a football game here in Wayne. This is an extravaganza here tonight.
I mean, they're still pulling in. We got a pretty good shot of the street out in front here, and you can still see cars coming in. Parking a little difficult to come by tonight with this big crowd.
Last time these two teams met was in the 2007 Group 3 state championship game here in North Jersey. Wayne Hills winning 27-7 at Giant Stadium. And the Patriots lead the all-time series 2-1. This is just the 4th meeting between the schools. The Indians of Wayne Valley will kick off left to right on your screen in their home blue uniforms trimmed with white, and Wayne Hills in the road white. We are just about ready to go on this beautiful night for high school football. Back deep for the Patriots, Brian Dowling and James Hogan. And Matt Dietz kicks it off for the Indians. He squibs it. It bounces at the 15-yard line. Picked up there by Dowling. Gets outside, turns the corner at the 30, breaks the tackle and bang down at the 34-yard line. So the Patriots will put it in play first.
Boy, that's the guy you probably want to try to keep the football away. They squibbed it on purpose because Dowling is so dangerous. Both will see him obviously as a running back and wide receiver, but don't forget his amazing return ability.
There is Mike Quinn, the senior quarterback. Look at his numbers. 19 of 25, 325 yards, and 5 touchdowns in the first 2 games for Wayne Hills this season. Quinn play action, keeps it himself, gets outside, turns the corner at the 40s, across the 50-yard line, and taken out of bounds in Wayne Valley territory. 17-yard run on first down.
Boy, Quinn known for his throwing ability, but you see him here getting outside. He said that's one of the things he worked on in the offseason. Feels like his feet are much quicker, and we're going to see more of them from him this season than maybe we saw a year ago. Great block in front, too, by his fullback, James D. Delectus, number 44.
Mike Quinn last week, 12 of 15, 225 yards, 4 touchdowns in the win over West Milford. And they hand it off up the middle, but not much there. The Indians defensive front with a big play. Let's take a look at the rest of the offense here for the Patriots. Brian Dowling, the outstanding tailback. D. Delectus is the fullback. D. Carvalho and Dries, the wide receivers. And DeBlock is the tight end. Fonte, Salerno, Mitchell, Tuminello, and Tamaro, an outstanding offensive line for Wayne Hills, led by Chris Fonte, the 6'7", 320-pound left tackle, who has committed to Rutgers. It is 2nd down 10 for Wayne Hills. at the Wayne Valley 47, and a penalty flag is thrown.
Yeah, it looked like the right side of the Wayne Hills line. Somebody moved early over there.
Our referee is Jerry Hughes. Illegal procedure against the Patriots backs them up 5. Here we go. And the Wayne Valley defense. The Indians up front. Buffa, Castelbuono, Young, and Tucker. Barilli and Castles at the corners. Lenny, Perez, DeFilippis, and Husco are the linebackers. And Pete Savastano is the senior free safety. Here's Quinn, play action, plenty of time. He's going long, has a receiver. Matt DeBlock makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. A big play for the Patriots.
Boy, great throw by Mike Quinn that time. You can see it here. He had his tight end. Little play action fake. Now looking up the field. He got his tight end one-on-one against Busco. And just a perfect throw, keeping the ball to the outside where only his guy can catch it. Look at the hands by DeBlock going up and getting it. Sometimes difficult for a tight end to get his hands up like that, but a great job by Matt DeBlock.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 22. Dowling looking to get outside and nowhere to run. So the Indians again play the run well between the tackles. And Wayne Hills loses a yard or 2 on the play.
Boy, great job by Brandon Castelbuono, the big defensive lineman. You see him stand up the fullback and then coming inside to take Dowling down for a loss. So far, Wayne Valley looked pretty good against the run. It's been in the passing game where they've had some trouble, have not been able to get any pressure on Quinn on his first couple throws tonight.
Castelbuono, senior, 6'3", 280 pounds, the anchor of that defensive line for Wayne Valley. 2nd down and about 11, and again, the Patriots trying to run between the tackles, but nowhere to go. Wayne Valley does a nice job to turn it inside. Mark Giannini carried the football for the Patriots.
Boy, great job, too, by Joe Buffer, the defensive end for Wayne Valley, staying at home with that little inside scissors type reverse that Wayne Hills tried to sneak inside there.
So now a 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Patriots. Wayne Hills, as I'm sure you all know, has won 54 straight games. They are tied with Randolph, 2nd all-time here in New Jersey. Paulsboro has the all-time record at 63.
Boy, Lou, big 3rd down right now for Wayne Valley. They can get out of here with a field goal. It'll be a huge stand for them on the opening drive.
And it looks like we have a timeout called by Wayne Hills. So Chris Olson comes out to talk to his team. Very animated as he comes out.
He does look fired up about something. Not sure what. They're moving the football pretty well.
Well, the Patriots at 2-0 defeated West Essex in week 1, 42-7, and then blew out West Milford 55-7. They have outscored their first 2 opponents 97-14 in the first 2 weeks.
It is unbelievable. Only giving up 100 yards of offense to their opponents as well through those first 2 games. It's been absolute dominance from Wayne Hills, and I guess you see Coach Olson out there right now, how animated he is talking to this offensive group. I guess that's why you win 54 in a row. You're moving the ball like this. It's not good enough, you know. Got to make sure you punch one in here.
Well, the Wayne Hills winning streak is at 54 games, and let's check in with Steve.
All right, Lou, thank you very much. As you mentioned earlier, the last time these 2 teams met was for a state title back in 2007 at Giant Stadium, and that is part of this big winning streak. And early on, though, things not going all that well for Wayne Hills, as Matt Dortch had a touchdown for Wayne Valley to give them the lead, but then Carlton Marson took over in that game as he had a kick return for a score, later had a sack and a pick to close it out for the 40th straight time, a victory 27-7 in that last meeting.
All right, Steve, as we get back to the action, Matt DeBlock makes the catch in the end zone, so the officials say they call it a touchdown. And the fans in Wayne Valley very upset with the call. Here's a look.
Yeah, coming off the play action, he's got his tight end running a corner route. He's wide open. It's a great throw. You can see him right there. I tell you what, Lou, looking at the replay, looks like he never had possession of that ball when he hit the ground.
Oh, Tim Divers in to kick the extra point. His kick is up, and it is good. Divers just about automatic now, 72 out of 76 in his career on PATs. Matt DeBlock going up the ladder.
Here it is again. I tell you, he goes up. See his athletic ability, but you can see the ball is bobbling the entire way down. He never really has possession of it as he goes to the ground. Taking another look. Great throw from Quinn and just athletic ability. But again, that ball is never controlled by DeBlock. I can understand if I'm Brian O'Connor. I am not happy about this call. Again, that's a huge third down conversion. And you see the ball, he never controlled it.
So Wayne Hills breaks on top. There's Coach O'Connor.
No replay in high school football, though.
No.
Can't go to the challenge here.
Well, he's still talking to the officials a little bit. What a throw, meantime, by Mike Quinn.
We're impressed, too, with the athletic ability at the block, the tight end, probably, 1AA prospect. But you see his ability to go up and get the football. That ball, a little behind him, but you can see him leave his feet, extend his arms, have to rotate his body and go up and make that catch.
The Patriots score on a 6-play drive. And they grab the early lead with 8:44 remaining here in this first quarter. They're up 7-0. So Wayne Valley will get the football. Mike Castles is back deep, and he lets this one go to the 5-yard line. They run a reverse. They fake the reverse and take it up the middle. They fake the handoff to Castles, and then Anthony Varelli brought it back for the Indians.
Looked like the ball popped out at the end of that. We'll stay with Wayne Valley, though, first down. See Pete Savastano coming out. He needs to have a monster game tonight if Wayne Valley's going to try to pull this thing off. You can see what he's done. 14 carries, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. And, of course, last week got on track through the air. He was 6 of 9 for 119 yards a week ago. Talked about their struggles in week 1 against Clifton, though, getting shut out 2-0.
Savastano comes up in the shotgun. Play action. He delivers outside. It is incomplete. Intended for Mark Tucker. And here's a look at the rest of the Indians' offense. Castles and Lanib, the running backs. Talarico and Varilli, the wide receivers, and Tucker is your tight end. There's your look at your offense. Offensive line: Young, Castrobono, Kowalski, Buffa, and Jusic. Indians with a 2nd down and 10. Twin receivers go to the right side, and they hand it off outside to Castles, who gets to the corner and makes the turn. Picks up good yardage across the 25 and up to the 27. Mike Castles, last week 3 touchdowns against Montclair. A look at the devastating Wayne Hills defense. They are one tough bunch. Tumanello, Salerno, Mitchell, and Schiller up front. Dowling and Dries the corners. Johnson, DeDelictus, Kinney, Kokarski, the linebackers, and Matt DeBlock is your single safety.
Boy, good speed that time from Castles on the quick jet sweep, able to get around the outside.
Now, we talked about this Wayne Hills defense. 19 shutouts during this 54-game win streak.
That is unbelievable. I mean, the one difficult thing when you're Wayne Valley tonight is every possession, every play is going to be so important for them. You just can't make any mistakes tonight if you're going to try to pull off an upset of this magnitude.
A timeout taken by Wayne Valley. The Indians last year 7-3 were conference champs, lost to Sparta 14-10 in the playoffs. Defensive coordinator Wayne Demervoff talking to the Wayne Hills defense. And there's a look at the big crowd here in Wayne Valley. It is a festive mood here for the fans.
Yeah, they are fired up. They were here early, too, about 2 hours before the game. Good concessions out there in the outside. I was wandering around. It's a great atmosphere here tonight. It's interesting. I talked to Brian O'Connor. He played center at Boston College. Was involved in that big game when Boston College won on the road at Notre Dame when Glenn Foley was the quarterback. He said that was his sophomore year at BC, and he's going to try to use some of that maybe to inspire his kids tonight and see if he can pull off this upset here.
Well, a 3rd down, less than 1 here for Wayne Valley. Very important play for the Indians. Don't want to go 3 and out after Hills got into the end zone. So Savastano brings the team up. He's in the shotgun, and he's got twin receivers to the right side. Savastano Gets the snap, turns it in, picks up the first down, and dives across the 35-yard line. Good-looking play by Pete Savastano.
Boy, good runner, Pete Savastano. He talked to Brian O'Connor, said he's the perfect dual-threat guy. You see his tight end, Tucker, number 81, great block on the corner, and then just using his speed to get to the outside and finding the first down.
There's a look at Mark Tucker with that big block to spring Savastano. So 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 35-yard line. Borelli in motion. Here's the give to Leneve. Greg Leneve tries to cut back and picks up 2 or 3 yards on the carry.
You can see the speed of the backs, though, for Wayne Valley. Both Castles and Leneve able to use their cutback, use their vision, and I like what Wayne Valley's doing right now. A lot of misdirection in the backfield, trying to take advantage of their speed versus that size of the Wayne Hills front line.
Greg Leneve, 30 carries, 216 yards coming in. Very effective out of the backfield for the Indians in the early part of the season. He lines up in the fullback position. And the Indians come up to the eye. Twins go to the left. And Savastano straight back to throw. Now trying to get away from the pressure on the run. He delivers and it's caught. Savastano under heavy pressure delivers a bullet to Anthony Borelli. That's a first down for Wayne Valley in Wayne Hills territory.
Well, you see Savastano, this is a nice job of just sitting in the pocket, waits to the last second before he gets outside, and then you can see he's not always just looking to run the football. As he gets outside, his eyes are downfield, and he's looking for somebody to throw the football. That is a great throw on the run in between 2 Wayne Hill defenders.
First down for the Indians at the Wayne Hills 42-yard line. Approaching 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Wayne Hills on top by the score of 7-0. Out of the shotgun, Savastano steps up in the pocket. He's going long, has a receiver, and it's knocked away. Double coverage down there. DeBlock was there. Savastano going for the home run ball here.
Boy, Lou, he had him too. He just waits too long. You see him in the pocket, all that movement trying to find his guy. He had Telrico much earlier. He had gotten by the coverage. He had gotten by Troy Zaffino, number 20, and just too long holding the football from Savastano that time. Those are the ones you don't get back in a game like this. You get those opportunities so few to make big plays. You got to make them when you get the chance.
So 2nd and 10 for the Indians from the 42. From the shotgun, Savastano going to run the football this time. Gets a good block on the corner. And then gets blasted at the 40-yard line.
Boy, that's just a straight quarterback sweep. I mean, there's nothing else in the backfield but him by himself. It's just straight student body left. Losing your quarterback, though, is your tailback here. And it is. It's good blocking out in front. They're pulling the backside guard. Then you can see Tucker again, number 81, holding that corner for him. And his running back, see Fusco getting in there, number 31. But you just see they're trying to use Savastano, his legs, his arm. He's the guy tonight. He's the one who's going to get this done for them.
So big play coming up here for the Indians. Brian O'Connor sends that play in with 5 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. A 3rd and 7. Savastano in trouble. He will go down. Heavy pressure from the Patriots. Flying in there for Wayne Hills was Nick Massey.
Boy, they bring him off the edge right here, and you see Leneve, number 44, stepping up. He's the guy that's got to pick up that blitz. He missed on it, and that's how Massey's able to come in untouched and get a big sack.
So the Indians drive stalls, and they'll have to kick it away. Line of scrimmage is the 47 of Wayne Hills. And Savastano drops back in punt formation, averaging 29 yards per kick here in the early part of the season. Brian Dowling, a very dangerous return man, back deep for the Patriots. It's a short kick, takes a good Wayne Valley bounce inside the 5 and down at the 2-yard line. So a very effective kick by Savastano pins the Patriots back deep in their own territory.
And great job by Mike Miller, number 22, getting down there. Boy, he just gets his kickoff in time. But Mike Miller hustling the whole way. Right decision by down. Let it go. As a punt returner, you put your heels on the 10-yard line. If that ball's going over your head, you need to let it go, assuming it's going to get into the end zone. Just a perfect bounce for Wayne Valley, and they're right there to take advantage of it.
So the Patriots, with a 7-0 lead, take over at their own 2. Out of the eye, Dowling is the deep back, and he gets the handoff, goes off tackle, pushes the pile across the 5, and up near the 7-yard line. A good pickup on first down for the Patriots.
Well, you talk about Dowling, lack of size maybe, but you can see his toughness right there and how hard he runs. He was hit, maybe 1 yard past the line of scrimmage and able to, like you said, just drag that pile for about 4 more yards.
Dowling, 30 carries on the year, 261 yards, averaging nearly 9 yards per pop.
It's a pretty good average.
I would think most coaches would take that, yeah. Second down and 5 for Wayne Hills. Quinn fires outside. DiCarvalho makes the catch. Takes it across the 15 and up to the 16-yard line. That's good for a Wayne Hills first down.
Well, I tell you, Mike Quinn can take that throw all night if he wants it. You see, just throwing a quick hitch here to the outside, quick 3-step drop, and you can see number 14 back there, Anthony Farilli, just giving too much room to DiCarvalho. Easy throw and catch for Wayne Hills. So what about the protection, though, that Mike Quinn gets? You see that shot of their big offensive line he's got in front of him. You got to love that as a quarterback.
He's got twin receivers, but he hands it off to the deep back.
Dowling on the carry.
It's Brian Dowling on the carry. Takes it across the 15. Up to about the 17-yard line. 2.5 remaining here in this first quarter. Wayne Hills with a 7-0 lead. Patriots last year, 12-0, Group 3 champs in North Jersey, blowing out Lakeland at Giant Stadium 35-6. It looks like Wayne Hills calls another timeout, their second timeout taken here in this first quarter.
Interesting. There's Chris Olsen coming out again, talking to his quarterback. Quinn looked a little confused, walked up to the line, not sure he liked what he saw. Immediately looked towards the sideline, and Coach Olsen called that timeout for him.
Well, the Wayne Hills winning streak is at 54 games, tying them with Randolph for the second longest streak in state history. Paulsboro has the New Jersey record with 63 straight wins. So far for the Patriots, it's been quite a ride.
But it's going to take 48 minutes of effort and sacrifice for a lifetime of memory.
Well, if they run the table and win a 6th straight title, they would have 64 wins and own the longest winning streak in New Jersey football history. But, of course, there's a long way to go before that happens. You've got this game tonight, and then next week, many people think is the biggest hurdle to the streak is St. Joe's at Wayne Hills.
A couple St. Joe's kids taking advantage of the bye week. We saw a bunch of them sitting in the stands here tonight.
Quinn turns around, flips it outside, catch is made across the 20-yard line and up to the 23 or so.
Run down by Anthony Perez.
Just throwing this quick bubble screen out, quick fake to Dowling inside, then just flinging it outside. The biggest thing with that throw when you're throwing a quick screen is you want to be accurate. Hit him on his upfield shoulder so your running back can just catch that and get downfield in a hurry. It's Mike Dries catching the screen pass.
His 5th catch of the year. So a 3rd down and 1. Patriots trying to keep this drive alive. They fake the handoff. Quinn keeps it himself, gets outside across the 40, 50-yard line, and then is brought down at the 48-yard line.
They got a definite hold on Max DiCarlo, number 11, along the near side, right in front of us. Great fake from Quinn, able to get outside. Great blocking for number 28, Dries, and he's in the open field, and just an unnecessary hold as it comes into your face. Right before there, DiCarlo, right at the end of that run, is holding. That's what the penalty is going to be. That's why this thing's coming all the way back now. And that's got to drive you nuts as a coach. That's about 50 yards downfield, away from the play. You already have the big first down, the big gain, just no need to hold
Holding. Number 28 on Wayne Hills. 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. Still third down. Wipes out that first down run.
They might have gotten two because they called that on Dries. You see Dries right here. Oh, they do. They got that holding right there on Mike Dries. You see him working. Good job by Wayne Valley, too, just kind of throwing his arms up saying, I need help. DiCarlo actually had another one down there at the end of it, just off the screen there.
Well, it pushes the ball back to the 18, and the Patriots have a third down and 6. It's the minute 23 remaining here of this first quarter. Quinn straight back to throw, steps up, fires, and in and out the arms of DiCarlo.
Boy, another good throw, though, from Mike Quinn, just throwing that curl route to DiCarlo. Had him for the first down. Nice job stepping up in the pocket and delivering a strike. Just bounced right off his chest.
So it brings up a fourth down. And the Patriots will kick it away. Tim Divers is in the punt, averaging 41 yards per kick. Bounces at the 50-yard line and across the 45. And finally rolls dead at the 40. So Wayne Valley will take over at that point.
Yeah, nice job by the Wayne Valley defense on the last possession. Got a little help from the holding call, but able to capitalize on it and now get the football back for their offense.
First and 10 for the Indians at the 40-yard line. Savastano hands it off to Leneve across the 40, struggles up across the 41-yard line.
Boy, nice job by Leneve just to be able to get some positive yardage out of that. Wayne Hills up in the backfield with great penetration, and you saw the quickness of Leneve, able to bounce around and find at least a yard out of it.
Down to 40 seconds left here in this first quarter. In just its fourth meeting ever between these two schools in the same school district have only played on the football field 4 times. Can you imagine? Here's Savastano setting up a screen. Lenine can't make the catch.
It was a great job, though, by Ryan Salerno, number 55, for Wayne Hills, getting it out the whole way. As a quarterback, if you're going to sell that screen, you really have to settle your feet first, then drift back. If you start drifting immediately, everyone in the stadium knows it's going to be a screen pass, and Salerno made a nice read on it. Salerno's one of Coach Olson's few 3-year starters. Doesn't play a lot of sophomores here, but Salerno's a guy that's in his 3rd year as a starter.
Third down upcoming here for the Indians. Clock stops with 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Trick receivers go left side. And Savastano doesn't like what he sees on that Wayne Hills defense.
Everybody called timeout.
Turns around and takes a quick timeout. You know, the last time these two teams played was in that 2007 final. They had almost 13,000 fans at Giant Stadium for that game. They've got another huge crowd here tonight. Bleachers filled on both sides of the field. The fans are lined up all along the fence.
It is amazing. I mean, it makes you wonder why a game like this, they can't find a way to have this game every year between these two schools.
Well, of course, for many years, the two schools played in different conferences. Wayne Hills played in the NBIL. And Wayne Valley played in the Northern Hills Conference. They just didn't give an opportunity to schedule the game in the regular season.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I was reading when these two schools were broken up, when two schools were formed out of the one school in 1966, it said the people in the town purposely wanted to put them in different conferences because they thought if they played every year, the rivalry would be detrimental to the spirit of the town. I'll tell you, tonight, sitting here, looks like this is a pretty positive thing for the spirit of this area.
Well, we are at Wayne Valley High School. Here on MSG Varsity, Wayne Valley and Wayne Hills, the Patriots of Wayne Hills leading by the score of 7-0. Here's Savastano being chased down from behind, and he'll go down. Great quickness by Steve Johnson, the senior linebacker. His second sack of the season.
And great coverage by the Wayne Hills secondary. Savastano with a ton of protection that time. Actually surprised as he rolled out. He didn't just take off. We've seen his great running ability. He had a lot of room in front of him, but you can see him and his ability to want to throw the football there.
Well, the first quarter comes to an end here at jam-packed Wayne Valley. The Patriots of Wayne Hills in the lead, 7-0.
J.D. Power and Associates just announced its 2009 awards. And guess who business owners rated highest in customer satisfaction? Twice. It wasn't the phone company. It was Optimum Business. In nationwide studies, customers rated Optimum Business highest overall for phone and internet, based on factors like reliability, customer service, and even billing. For data and voice, the customer's choice is Optimum Business. Call 1-866-580-1388 today.
Here we go. 20 years I've been talking to you. Now it's your turn to talk back. We're going to cover football, boys and girls basketball, lacrosse, baseball, soccer, field hockey. You name it, we're going to cover it. If you don't like what I say, then you come right back at me. So call it, mail it, text it, chime it. Man, I got to hear from you. It's going to move. It's going to be alive. It's going to be... There's going to be some interruptions. Hello. Come on.
Mike Quick takes your calls live. A quick 60 on MSG Varsity. Wednesdays at 8. Only on Optimum.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley, MSG Varsity's high school sports showcase. High school football here from northern New Jersey. Wayne Hills leading Wayne Valley 7-0. Lou Brogno along with Gus Ornstein and Steve Nagler. Glad you could join us here for this Battle of Wayne. And the second quarter about to begin with a Wayne Valley punt. Pete Savastano drops back in punt formation for the Indians. Good snap. And a pretty good kick, end over end. He takes another good Wayne Valley roll inside the 15-yard line and down to the 12. So again, the Patriots will start with poor field position.
And that's what we talked about the one before where Dowling was down on the own 10-yard line, gave the fair catch and got away from it. This is one he was at in the 20. That's a ball he probably should have caught. Good job by Wayne Valley, though, so far in that first quarter. Playing a little field position, moved the ball nicely on offense when they had their chances. Now it's up to their defense to step up, see if they can get another hold here.
First and 10 here for the Patriots. Quinn straight back to throw. Fires outside. Catch is made. DiCarvalho makes the reception. He's a big target. Max DiCarvalho, a senior, coming in with 5 catches on the year, 119 yards. Last week at 4 catches against West Milford.
Yeah, real good-looking wide receiver. Coach Olson said definitely a prospect. He's listed as a player to watch, and you can see why. Good size at 6'3", 188 pounds.
Second down, 4 from the 19-yard line. Handoff goes off tackle. Brian Dowling carries, and he pushes up near the 24-yard line. Very close to first down yardage.
A lot of offense for Wayne Hills, a lot of weapons, a lot of guys they can go to. And all starts with that big offensive line and, of course, that left tackle, number 54, Chris Fonte. You see right here, Dowling just getting in, tucking in behind that offensive line and picking his way for a couple yards. There's a shot of Chris Fonte, number 54. Big left tackle on his way to Rutgers. 6'7", 320-pounder. This kind of guy makes you feel good as a quarterback. You get a left tackle like that, you feel pretty good in the pocket.
Yeah, I think Quinn's got to feel pretty good when he drops back to pass with that offensive line.
I haven't seen anybody within 5 yards of him yet tonight. It's like throwing 7-on-7 in practice. It's unbelievable. I mean, but Quinn, you got to give the guy credit. It's unbelievable what he has done. His numbers from a year ago, almost 70% completion percentage. So far this season, up around 76%. We already said last week, 12 of 15. Those are the kind of numbers you do see in 7-on-7 passing tournaments. It's amazing.
He once had a game where he threw for 327 yards against Old Japan. That is a Wayne Hills school record. Well, he keeps it play action. Now getting away from some pressure. Fires long, incomplete to G. Carvalho. What a throw, though, by Quinn.
Boy, you see the arm strength that time from Mike Quinn, letting that ball go way down the field. Good coverage, though, from Wayne Valley. And Quinn, because of that protection he gets from his offensive line, is able to hang on to this football for a long time. Nice movement in the pocket. He steps back inside and just lets one rip.
65 yards in the air.
Boy, he overthrew the Carvalho, and he was way down the field.
By the way, our statistician, Bill Bromberg, one of the best in the business, responsible for that stat.
It's like a kickoff
we
stat
love
right
Bill.
there.
It's second down. Here's Quinn, flares it outside, and good yardage on the corner. Brian Dowling makes the catch and picks up good yardage as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
Again, you see why Quinn is so special, though, and this is why Coach Olson loves him. The play before lets one go 65 yards down the field. Then they come right back with that quick little bubble screen, and you see why he can make every throw. Perfect accuracy, putting it right on Dowling. A ball he doesn't have to think about catching, just right into his hands, and he can get himself upfield in a hurry.
So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Patriots. By the way, Wayne Hills, the second quarter, their best quarter so far this year. They've scored 41 points in the second quarter.
Wow.
Outside, trying to turn it in, and good job by the Wayne Valley defense. Their short pickup for Dowling, but he only needed a yard, and he should have enough for the first down.
Yeah, it was a nice cut by Dowling, too. It was stuffed up inside where he was trying to run, and you see his vision. See him right here. See the vision, able to cut back outside. Nice job by Mike Treese getting the block, but real good flow from the Wayne Valley linebackers led by Mike Fusco, number 31 there. Just got enough, though.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 34-yard line. Quinn, back to throw, fires outside, incomplete. Intended for Treese. That one a little bit too high.
Yeah, one of the few inaccurate throws we've seen from Quinn all night. That ball just got away from him a little bit, sailed on him as he tried to throw the quick out. See it right here, trying to throw the quick out. Little overstride as a quarterback. Sometimes when you take too big of a stride with that front foot, it tends to drop your back shoulder, and that's going to cause the ball to sail on you.
Second down, 10. Wayne Hills at the 34. They lead it 7-0, 9:17 remaining here, second quarter. Quinn on a quarterback draw. He just runs over defenders across the 45-yard line.
Boy, how about that? Just dropping his shoulder on his quarterback counterpart. That was Pete Savastano coming in, trying to make the tackle. Quick 3-step drop, then tuck it and get upfield, get what you can. Good blocking out in front, and boy, just running people over. Dude, this is me back in the day. I'm taking a slide. I'm getting down. Wasn't known for the running of. I'm not dropping my shoulder on anybody, you know?
There you go, Gus. Telling it like it is, right? Here's Quinn. Pump fakes. Goes down long down the sideline, but it's incomplete.
I don't think Dowling saw that ball. Looked like Dowling might have lost that ball in the lights as he was heading down the sideline. I don't think that was as overthrown as it looked. Again, a nice job by Quinn, just kind of sitting in the pocket at a guy in his face. You see it here. letting this go. Perfect position, keeping the ball to the outside. Looks like Dowling just see how he kind of reacted late to it. It's like, he throws the hands out. Like, is that the football that just flew over my head? I don't think Dowling saw it.
So a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. At the 46-yard line. 8:40 remaining here. First half. To block in motion. Quinn flares it outside. And a short pickup on the play. Omar Manazra on the reception. Senior wide receiver. But he picks up just a yard, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Well, that was well played on the outside by Colin Bush, the outside linebacker for Wayne Valley. Stayed with this play the entire way. You see him right there. Got a little help as Manazra was tripping and sliding, but still, he was all over it.
Colin Bush, a senior, 5'10", 170 pounds.
Wayne Hills dominated with yardage, 124 already, but only 7 points on the board.
Officials. Oh, Wayne Hills takes, I believe that's their last time out here in this first half.
Timeout.
So Coach Olson comes out to talk to his Patriots as he takes his 3rd timeout here in this first half. Let's check in with Steve Nagler. Steve?
All right, guys, thank you very much. The name Olson, very synonymous with football at Wayne Hills. Head coach Chris has been there for 23 years. The 3rd son is on the roster right now, but there is one son in particular that everybody likes to talk about, and that is Chris Olson in his 3rd year with the Chicago Bears, a USA Today and Parade Magazine first-team All-American in high school. Back in 2002, he helped Wayne Hills to a 12-0 record and a Group 3 state title. After a stellar career at Miami, he was a first-round pick by the Bears in 2007, the 31st player selected that year. So the Olsons on the sidelines and on the field have been a big part of football for the program. Let's go back upstairs to you.
All right, Steve, here's Quinn back to throw. Fires incomplete. Brian Dowling trying to make a circus catch on the far sideline. Could not come down with it. And it brings up a 4th down. The Patriots will have to kick it away.
That Quinn stepping up, just trying to throw a quick out here. Just throws it a little too far to the outside. Dowling a little bit slow coming out of his break. He puts it on him, an easy first down.
So Divers is in to kick it away. And Borelli is back deep for Wayne Valley. Pretty good kick here. Borelli fields inside the 20 and then takes it up the sideline across the 25-yard line. So Wayne Valley will put it in play there, trailing by the score of 7-0.
Dude, watching that video of Greg Olson, looks like maybe he could play some defense. I mean, this guy's a tight end, obviously, but watching those films of him playing defense, looks like Brian Urlacher.
And by the way, they're going to retire his number in a couple of weeks at Wayne Hills, number 4.
Of course, his older brother, Chris, quarterback, also went to Notre Dame originally, transferred to UVA, and then Greg headed to Miami.
1st and 10, Wayne Valley. Savastano gives to Castles. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Almost got away, but then is tossed to the ground by Russ Pekarski, the outside linebacker. One of the leading tacklers for Wayne Hills this season.
Boy, nice read by Pekarski, too. Just coming hard off the edge. You'll see it right here. Coming into your screen on the left-hand side. Big hit, and then able to hang on. It's a good job by Castles trying to get out of there. Pekarski just grabbing anything he can get a hold of to hang on to him.
The officials pointing to the score, but the scoreboard went out momentarily and then came back on. Very strange. It went completely blank. And then the power came back on. 6:59 is the time on that scoreboard.
I'd like to see Wayne Valley get back to what they were doing on that opening drive. A little misdirection, some of that quick hitting stuff. Move their quarterback around in the pocket a little bit more.
2nd down play. It's flared outside. Savastano Gets that out, and then a flag comes, a late flag. This could be a late hit on Wayne Hills.
Well, dude, that's exactly what's going to be, and that is huge for Wayne Valley. Just throwing the quick screen. We've seen both teams running this play all night. Again, pretty good throw. Finds Fusco out of the backfield. And you see just a little extra from Brian Dowling. Nothing too bad as he's driving him here, but then just kind of, I don't know, that's looks like you just kind of pushed the pile and everybody ended up falling over. But if you're Wayne Valley, you take those. Anything you can get to keep the ball moving right now.
That's a 15-yarder. And it gives the Indians a first down and moves the football all the way up to the 43-yard line.
See if Wayne Valley opens it up a little bit. I feel like they've gotten a little conservative after that opening drive they had.
First and 10, Indians trailing 7-0. Savastano absolutely crushed behind the line of scrimmage. No chance. Nick Tuminello looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Wow, I tell you what, Savastano's lucky he held on to the football right here. Fake pitch and turned around and met Tuminello before he could even figure out what was happening. Boy, nobody blocked him. See, Kowalski, number 51, this guy was supposed to be having him, but absolutely nobody got in the big guy's way. Great job by Savastano hanging on to the football.
Tuminello, 6'1", 260-pound senior defensive end. Big play there. It's a big loss. Second down, 16, Wayne Valley. Savastano fakes the handoff. Now pitches outside to Castle. Breaks one tackle, but cannot get away from the rest of the defense as he's brought down at the 38.
Well, Wayne Hill is starting to settle into this game a little bit more defensively. The opening drive, they kind of sat back and figuring out what Wayne Valley was doing. You can see now they're starting to get much more aggressive. They're bringing linebackers. They're bringing pressure. They're starting to make many more plays at the line of scrimmage. Boy, Castles is lucky he hung onto the football there. Wayne Valley's got to try to throw the football and just loosen this up a little bit. Wayne Hills is starting to bring more and more people into the box, and they're just starting to tee off on the quarterback.
Third down and 15 from the 38. Savastano rolling out. Lets it fly. Going down the sideline, throwing into double coverage. It's intercepted. Drees makes the pick at the 32, and Wayne Hills will have the football.
Not a bad pick, though. Actually works almost the same as a punt. I mean, at least if you're going to throw a pick, at least it's 3rd and 15. Throw the ball deep. Not much bad can happen. You see right here, rolling left, tries to set up. I thought maybe he got hit when he threw this. The ball came out a little wobbly, but just looks like he tried to overthrow it, and that football got away from him. But triple coverage hanging out around Tolerico down there as wide receiver number 10. Pretty easy interception for Mike Drees. Again, it kind of works as a punt.
First and 10 for the Patriots. They take over at the 32. Play action. Here's Quinn. He's rolling out, being chased on the corner. Takes a big hit at the 30-yard line. Nice job by the Indians to string that out. Quinn could not get to the outside.
Again, that's not really Quinn's strength. I mean, he's not a guy. We've seen him run the football tonight actually pretty effectively, but he's that kind of guy who's going to sit in the pocket and pick you apart with his arm, even though he did say over the summer that is one thing he feels like he improved upon most is his foot quickness.
Mark Tucker was chasing him down, and then Colin Bush finished him off. Second down and 12. Quinn straight back to throw this time. Setting up a screen. Dowling makes the catch across the 40. Across the 45, 50-yard line. Down the sidelines goes Dowling. And they're saying, I think, that he stepped out of bounds at the 48.
Wow. Boy, look, what about the speed of Brian Dowling? I know he stepped out of bounds, but boy, he caught that screen and just exploded through defenders of Wayne Valley.
Actually mark it all the way back to the 46.
Wow, did he catch a break. But nice job by Quinn, settling a little bit, allowing the defenders to come to him, then great blocking at the point of attack. And look at the speed and strength right here of Dowling.
Yeah,
and
right
there it is. That's a great call by the official. They got it. See his strength, though, able to run through that tackle on Mike Castles.
So it is a first down for Wayne Hills at the 46. Quinn back to throw. Flips it outside. Carvalho makes the catch and is driven back. Oh. Mike Dusko. 21 tackles coming into this game.
What a tackle by Fusco. Only 5'9", 180 pounds. Driving the big wide receiver all the way back. You see it here. But again, Wayne Hills just coming, throwing that quick passing game, taking those quick hitches. Almost works as a run game for you when you're taking those three-step drops. The corners for Wayne Valley are playing pretty soft. They're giving you that almost anytime you want it.
No gain on the play. Second down 10. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Counting down here in the first half. Wayne Hills with a 7-0 lead. Wayne Valley defense has played pretty tough here in this first half. Here's the pitch to Dowling. He's hit and he's brought down. Short pickup on the play, maybe a yard or two. Colin Bush in on the tackle for the Indians.
So especially against the run, they've done a fantastic job getting penetration at the line of scrimmage. And when you talk to Brian O'Connor about this matchup, he said, you know what, they're big, but we're pretty big too. I mean, you look at the front line for Wayne Valley, they got a lot of good size along that front line also. And Colin Bush, you see the linebackers having a heck of a game tonight.
3rd and 8, Patriots at the 48. Twin receivers go right side. Quinn straight back to throw. Now he steps up, fires outside. And the catch, I believe they're going to say it is a catch made by Dowling. No, they say incomplete.
Boy, that's a great job by Mike Castles, number 4, breaking on the football. Take a look at it right here. Again, trying to throw this curl out to the left side. Out route. The ball is left back inside, and that's why Castle's able to come down and break on the ball. If this ball's thrown to the outside where it should be, it's an easy completion, but because he left it inside, Castle's able to break on it.
So 4th down, and the Patriots will kick it away. Tim Divers into punt. He's been busy here tonight. It's a high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for by Varelli. Inside the 20, back the 16-yard line.
Probably the busiest Tim Divers has been all season besides practice, right?
No question about it. Well, hey, Wayne Hills came into this game a pretty big favorite against Wayne Valley, and the Indians' defense has done an outstanding job here in this first half, limiting an explosive offense to just 7 points.
Yeah, that's that classic. I mean, they're playing classic bend but don't break type of defense. And I'll tell you, if they can put a drive together here, even if they don't get points out of it, but can run the clock down, get out of this thing at least 7-0, they get the ball back to start the second half.
1st and 10, Wayne Valley. They run an inside reverse. Castle gets outside momentarily and then is tripped up at the 24-yard line.
Boy, nice running by Mike Castles. He's got great moves, great feet, and great vision, able to bounce this to the outside. Just that quick inside scissors. We saw Wayne Hills run this earlier in the game. Boy, that's a great cut against Mike Drees right there. And then you see his balance, able to get a couple more yards after it.
Well, it brings up a 2nd down. Here's the give to Castles. Has room, makes a great cut. Takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 1st down for Wayne Valley.
Wow, Lou, what a big hole opened by the offensive line right here. You see it. There is nobody in the picture, and Castle's able to run through that one easily and then get into the secondary of Wayne Hills.
17 yards on the run. Moves the football up to the 42. And now momentarily a timeout. And looks like, let's see, you have a timeout taken? Not sure what the officials are talking about. Either Wayne Hills doesn't have any more timeouts, and Wayne Valley.
Boy, it's a tough break for Wayne Valley, though. They were trying to speed it up right here. It came out in the no huddle.
I want to take the opportunity to thank Neil's Pizza and Restaurant, Angelo and the guys. What a great job they did feeding our crew here today. 973-305-0405. And I'll tell you, the pizza and the food was fantastic. Love the mushroom pizza and the pepperoni pizza. I mean, it was great. Neil's Pizzeria and Restaurant. And the Wayne Valley Football Booster Club for all their help and support, including the crew meal and preparation. Thanks very much to them. A lot of hospitality here at Wayne Valley.
Yeah, they've been good to us. There was just a question about the clock. They put actually a couple more seconds up on the clock. They had it at 1:24 and added 4 seconds.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Trip receivers go right side. Savastano's throwing that way. And the catch is made at the 46-yard line. Verrilli on the catch. Anthony Verrilli, a 13-yard pickup and another Wayne Valley first down.
Boy, it starts with great protection. I'll tell you what, that ball was intercepted by Brian Dowling. Look at the replay right here.
Wow, what a play by Dowling. We thought it was a reception. It came through his hands, and Dowling makes the pick.
Oh, what a huge play by Brian Dowling, and what a tough break. You see it right here, but really trying to dive for it, kicks the ball up.
Oh, that ball hit the ground.
That ball was trapped by Dowling, but they're going to give him the ball anyway.
Well, here's Quinn setting up a screen to Dowling outside, 45 to the 50. Across the 40-yard line, Dowling breaks into the open. He's down the sideline. Across the 20, the 10, and inside the 10-yard line. What a turn of events. Wayne Hills gets the ball on the interception, and now they're knocking on the door.
Boy, Lou, that is absolutely devastating if you're Wayne Valley. You got a great drive going. You get a bad call on this interception. Hills comes right back with this screen pass. And look at the blocking out in front of Dowling. He doesn't have to make anybody miss until he's almost 30 yards downfield. Then after that, it's just his own speed and agility to finish this run off. Look at that blocking out in front of him on this screen pass. Boy, that's a tough break on the interception, though.
So Wayne Hills, 1st and goal. Hand off. No, Quinn keeps it himself. Trying to turn the corner is brought down at the 5-yard line. Now remember, Wayne Hills has no more timeouts here in this first half.
Boy, Valley can dig in right here, try to hold them to a field goal. Like you said, they got to hurry up. Good ball handling right here, but what a great job again by Mike Fusco, reading it out, not getting sucked in with that inside run and playing his responsibility.
On a 2nd and goal, Quinn kills the clock with 45.5 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
So they figure right here, take one more shot at the end zone. If you don't get it, they'll line up and kick the field goal.
Patriots with a 7-0 lead. Big turn of events. A pass that, from our vantage point, looked like it was a reception.
I thought it was caught by Verrilli.
And then it went through his arms. It was picked off by Dowling, but in reality, it actually hit the turf.
Boy, 2 tough calls against Wayne Valley. The touchdown to the block in the 1st quarter may have been incomplete, and that certainly should have been called incomplete, that interception.
So here's a 3rd and goal from the 5. And now Wayne Valley takes their 3rd and final timeout here in this first half.
Wayne Valley, their 3rd and final timeout in the first half.
Smart timeout, though, by Brian O'Connor, I think. No point going into the half with that timeout still on the board. Bring your defense over. Talk about this play. It's a huge play for Wayne Valley before the half here. Lou, here's what we're talking about. Here's the touchdown pass in the 1st quarter. Off play action. He finds the block on the corner route. It looks like a great catch, but when you watch it, he never secures the football. It's moving the entire time as he's coming down. And now the one to Verrilli, he leans out for it, and you clearly see that football hit the ground. I'll tell you, though, it's a great job by Dowling, though. He does what he taught. You trap it, hold it right up, let the ref see it.
Absolutely. You sold it beautifully.
Good acting job. And then you get a big play right away. Boy, you come back, hit him quickly with this huge screen pass. And, again, just look at the blocking out in front of him on this thing. That's where we stand now, down around the 5-yard line.
3rd and goal from the 5. Quinn looking to throw. He fires, end zone, incomplete. Intended for Dries. And it brings up a 4th down. And it appears the field goal unit is coming in for the Patriots.
It's a great job by Wayne Valley secondary. He had nobody open. He didn't have Drees. Great coverage. And great job by Wayne Valley not letting that turnover and the big play affect them and holding their own to force a field goal here.
All right, Tim Divers is in to attempt a 22-yard field goal. Snap is good. The kick is on the way. And it is no good. So Wayne Valley dodges a bullet.
Dude, that is the tremendous job by Wayne Valley's defense. Again, you get those quick change of possession type of plays. They call them quick change, and how do you react to them? Wayne Valley initially gave up the big play on the screen, but then really hunkered down and held their own. And this ball, I don't know, that ball must have been partially blocked. It just came off. It didn't come off looking very good from the get-go. I couldn't tell from that replay, but I think that ball had to. Somebody had to have gotten a hand on that ball.
So they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. That's where the Indians will take over. Just 36 seconds remaining in this first half.
You take a knee right now, get out, be thrilled that this thing's 7-0, and you're getting the ball to start the second half. There should be no discussion. Take a knee and let's get in the locker room. Although he's in the shotgun.
Receivers split left and right. Savastano hands it off to Castles. He breaks one tackle and then is smashed at the 18.
I don't understand that. I mean, if you're going to do that, just take a knee. Why risk a fumble? Why risk a turnover? You've got a lot of momentum right now after a big defensive stand. Just take a knee and get out of here thrilled that it's 7-0 and you're getting the football. Now Coach O'Connor decided to let it run out. That's the right move.
And this first half will come to an end. So an exciting first half of football in the Battle of Wayne. And the Patriots of Wayne Hills, 54 straight wins. They lead it here at the half by the score of 7-0 here on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase.
The years of practice, the hopes and dreams. When it's game time, there is no turning back. Every week, High School Sports Showcase brings you full-length high school games on MSG Varsity.
With all this modern technology stuff, it's always your network this, your network that. But you know what? It's true. The fiber optic Optimum network is why Optimum Online is up to 5 times faster than phone company high-speed internet. The Optimum network is why IOTV has such stunning picture quality. And why Optimum Voice delivers such unbeatable reliability. If you want the best quality services for your money, it really is all about your network. The Optimum network.
Your school, your stories, your place to find it all. MSGVarsity.com. With game highlights, scores, events, clubs, and featured content from TV. MSGVarsity.com is the place for everything going on in your high school community. So upload videos, express yourself, share what's going on in your school. At MSGVarsity.com, you are the ultimate insider.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School. Wayne Hills leading Wayne Valley by the score of 7-0. And on the field now, the Wayne Valley High School marching band.
20 years I've been talking to you. Now it's your turn to talk back. We're going to cover football, soccer, field hockey. You name it, we're going to cover it. Calling, mailing, texting. I got to hear from you.
Mike Quick takes your calls live. A quick 60 on MSG Varsity. Wednesdays at 8. Only on Optimum.
There are 3 things I find mesmerizing. My voice, recordings of my voice, and my OptimumVoice.com. It lets me manage Optimum Voice from my computer. I can turn them all on. My calling features, that is. I can even use my computer to listen to voicemail. So go to myoptimumvoice.com now. And if you don't have Optimum Voice, call 1-888-THE-VOICE. Dive in. The water's fine.
MSG Varsity rewrites the yearbook. Every week, High School Journal brings you the sports and activities deserving more play. Fencing, drama, tennis, debate, diving, music, and more. Get the inside stories and the personal profiles, the total high school experience, all in one place. High School Journal, an MSG Varsity original series, only on Optimum.
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. Here from Wayne Valley High School, the Patriots of Wayne Hills and the Indians of Wayne Valley. Here in the Battle of Wayne High School football. Lou Brogno, along with Gus Ornstein and Steve Dagler. Glad you could join us. And 7-0 Wayne Hills at the half. And Gus, in that first half, a lot of action, only 7 points though.
Yeah, classic bend but don't break defense. Take a look at some of the highlights. Here was the opening touchdown from Wayne Hills, finding Matt the block in the back of the end zone. Looked like it was an incomplete pass, called a touchdown. Then, before the end of the half, interception here by Brian Dowling. Looked like he might have trapped it. Coming back with a screen pass again to Brian Dowling. Look at Ryan Salerno out in front of it, number 55. This takes them down to the 5-yard line. But that's where the defense of Wayne Valley stepped up again as Mike Quinn tried to run this quarterback keeper on the edge. But Savastano and Mike Fusco there to shut it down. Divers tried the short field goal, missed it badly, and Wayne Valley escapes that first half down just 7-0 and getting the ball to open up the second half here.
They take a look at the first half numbers, and statistically, Wayne Hills was all over Wayne Valley. The Patriots doing a great job. Time of possession relatively even.
Yeah, time of possession relatively even, but much more on the yardage end. You look at 210 yards total for Wayne Hills to just 57 for Wayne Valley. But again, just 7-0 on the scoreboard. And now, can Wayne Valley get their offense back on track? They had a great drive going at the end of the first half. Can they pick up where they left off right here?
All right, Steve Dagler down on the sideline. Steve?
All right, guys, thank you very much. I had a chance to talk to both coaches at halftime. For Wayne Hills, Coach Olson wasn't very talkative. A very brief conversation. He basically said, we didn't play very well out there in the first half. Meanwhile, Coach O'Connor, pretty happy, but he did emphasize to his team at halftime, we cannot make mistakes. They will make you pay for them if we make any in the second half. He said, don't expect many changes. Wayne Hills is doing exactly what they expected. They have to find a way, though, to move the ball. Lou, back up to you.
All right, Steve, and we are joined by a couple of special guests here at the beginning of the third quarter. With us right now is Sean Fedema. He is the color analyst for Wayne Valley High School football. And Sean, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me up here.
We're going to have you join us a little bit and provide a little color analysis. Tell us a little bit about what you do at Wayne Valley.
Well, at Wayne Valley, I'm captain of the lacrosse team. You know, I used to play football here. I did it for 2 years. My last game was actually against Hills in Giant Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do basketball too, but you know, lacrosse is my life, and you know, I'm really dedicated to it. I'm a goalie, and it's basically my life.
Now, you guys have a show at Wayne Valley called The V, is that correct?
Yes, it is once a month, and it's just basically all the students from the TV classes who get together and find all random stories and put it out on the TV.
All right, well, here's a great chance for you to do some color commentary here on this game. 7-0 Wayne Hills on top. As a Wayne Valley guy, you got to be pretty happy about that first half, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't expect, I mean, I'm honestly shocked. I mean, you know, I bet everybody was like, you know, everyone in school was like, you know, oh, we're going to get run over, Hills, 54 straight wins. But Valley's holding their own right now. They just got to put some points up on the board.
All right, well, Wayne Hills will kick it off from left to right. Wayne Valley will get the football first. And Tim Divers tees it up at the 40-yard line. The Patriots with a 7-0 lead trying to preserve their 54-game winning streak. Trying to bring it to 55 with a huge game against St. Joseph next week. And this second half is underway. A long kick into the end zone. And the Indians will have the football at the 20-yard line.
I used to play PAL football with Divers. He always had a great leg. He's a very good kicker.
Hey, Sean, you get used to two youth football teams here, right? It's PAL, and then you get the boys club in Wayne, so everybody kind of grew up playing against one another, right?
Yeah, everyone, we got the two high schools, but rivalry isn't something new. And PAL boys club is a huge rivalry in our town.
Well, the Indians come up. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Receivers split left and right, and Savastano at quarterback. Borelli in motion, and here's the give to Castles. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Good penetration there by the Patriots.
Patriots have such a big line, but Wayne Valley's been holding their own and really been pushing up to the next levels like Coach Mike Lineski always teaches them during practice.
I actually played arena football with Coach Mike Lineski. Just saw him here a second ago as he climbed back up to his perch above the press box here.
Well, it's a 2nd down and 9 now for the Indians. As Anthony Borelli goes wide to the left. And Castle goes in motion. They hand it to him. He cuts back against the grain and nowhere to go as he's brought down across the 20-yard line.
White jerseys are everywhere for Wayne Hills right now. Valley's got to get some blockers on those guys if they want to get the ball down the field.
More surprised to see Savastano again under center as much as he has been. They've had most of their success when he's been back in the shotgun. They've been going more from that spread look. I don't think you want to try to run the ball right at the middle against Wayne Hills.
Pete, when he gets back in that shotgun, if there's pressure on him, he's going to take off and run, and he's very good with his legs. He's always has been ever since freshman year.
Well, it's 3rd down and 9, and he is in the shotgun with twin receivers to the right side. Savastano flips it outside. It's caught. Borelli down the sidelines, and he picks up the Wayne Valley 1st down across the 30-yard line. Actually, it wasn't Borelli. It was Greg Leneve on the reception, number 44.
You see, Greg Leneve is a junior. It's really been a standout for Wayne Valley. He can just, as a junior, just plows over everybody.
Great job by Savastano. You saw the blitz coming right up the middle. Nice job hanging in, finding his outlet receiver in the flat, and Leneve able to use that speed to get up and find a 1st down.
I expect to see Wayne Valley go to more of those screen looks the second half.
Football's up at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Castle in motion, and they hand it to Leneve. He pushes the pile a little bit after a short pickup. Maybe a yard on the carry. It'll be 2nd down.
Wayne Valley's really got to get the ball moving. Wayne Hills' defense has been looking good, but so is Valley's. But, it's been pretty much a defensive struggle so far. Just that one touchdown early in the beginning.
And Sean, I'm just surprised to see them trying to pound the football up the middle against this big Wayne Hills defensive team. They've had all their success, like you said, out of the shotgun, throwing screens, throwing balls in the flat. I'm surprised to see them under center again.
Same here. We're usually a shotgun team.
A lot of movement on the line of scrimmage. And let's see which way this call goes. Officials sort it out. Looks like it could go against Wayne Valley.
Dead ball, full start, left end, on Valley, 5-yard penalty still, 2nd down.
That's the Indians' first penalty of the game.
But Wayne Valley can't afford these penalties.
Tell you what, you see Tumanello jumping in first, but Tucker did move 81 and tight end for Wayne Valley. Definitely jumped first.
Tucker had a great game last week against Montclair. I'm surprised they haven't gone to him that much.
Well, it's 2nd down and about 14. Savastano on the corner. Now he's going to pull it down. Takes it up the sideline. Takes a big hit on the sideline across the 40-yard line.
So that's what we saw a lot of. We saw that a lot from Pete last year. Pete was more of a scrambler last year than a passer. But, a year of being a varsity quarterback last year, he's got the experience now. You can see he looks a lot more comfortable in the pocket so far this year.
Well, I tell you, that's close to being late also. Nick Massey hitting them right along the sideline. Could have gotten themselves another late hit. Had one in the first half. Brian Dowling over on that sideline. He's doing a nice job, though, Savastano. You can see when he's rolling out, he is looking to throw the football and run the ball second. But I like them getting him out on the edge and giving him that option.
9:06 remaining here in his third quarter. Here's the handoff to Lenny. Breaks one tackle and then is twisted down at the 42-yard line.
Strange call for me on 3rd and 5. I mean, they've been trying that play this entire drive, faking the jet sweep and then coming back inside with the counter to Lenny. Just has not been there because of the linebacker play from Wayne Hills.
I think Wayne Valley's got to look more to go to the outside because right now the inside game just isn't doing it right now, and they got to keep the ball away from Wayne Hills and Mike Quinn.
Well, Savastano is in to punt it away. Brian Dowling is back deep for Wayne Hills.
Short punt.
Line drive kick is taken by Drees, and he's brought down at the 39. Well, hey, we want to thank Sean Fenema for dropping in. Good luck to you. Did a great job.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Nice work, Sean.
All right, and now we're going to bring in Brian DeBow from Wayne Hills. And Brian does play-by-play, we understand, at Wayne Hills High School. Brian, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things you do at Wayne Hills. We know you're doing play-by-play. Talk about the program there a little bit.
Yeah, well, we do a weekly broadcast of the football games as of now, and that's when the sports develop. We'll take track and things like that, baseball, and I do the play-by-play announcing. I'm the main man, the main caller, and I'm also president of the TV club.
First down and 10, Wayne Hills. Okay, Brian, you're a future play-by-play guy here on MSG Varsity.
Quinn rolling out, and he's feeling the pressure, sacked in the backfield. That's a big loss for Wayne Hills. Not what you want on the first play of the half.
All right, Brian, you do the play-by-play. I'll lay out here. It's you and Gus.
All right.
Boy, that is just tremendous pressure again by number 50, Andrew DeFilippis. You see him coming right up the middle. And look at the speed, able to run down Mike Quinn. I tell you, Mike Quinn better be careful with the football. You see him kind of hanging it out there at the end of that. Also, Mark Tucker in on it. Mark Tucker already 4.5 sacks on the season. And you can see why, using his speed and athletic ability to get up the field and run down the Wayne Hills quarterback.
Mike Quinn under center. Two receivers at the bottom of your screen. He's going to keep it up the middle, take it up for a few yards, and he's stuffed at the line by Valley. Minimal gain there by Mark Tucker, number 81.
Again, great job by Wayne Valley's defense. You can't ask for a better play on first down if you're Wayne Valley. The huge sack put Wayne Hills into a difficult situation at 2nd and 20. Now 3rd and 20. There's not a heck of a lot in your offense that you want to call here. And again, just nowhere to throw the football. Looked like Quinn had some room running up the middle, but you saw it close very quickly by the Valley defense.
Quinn's been running a lot more than usual tonight, which makes you think, why aren't they falling back on the pass game? Quinn, before the game, was a 76% passer rating. I mean, his completions are great. They should be passing a little bit more, I think. Quinn's going to drop back, take a pass on this one, air it out down the field to number 11, Max DiCarvalho. He's going to overthrow him slightly. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Patriots.
Yeah, good coverage out there, too, by Mike Tallarico, number 10. And just a great series from Wayne Valley's defense. This place is fired up. They're starting to sense something here in Wayne.
Olsen definitely not happy with that drive. He wanted his Patriots to score and build up some momentum.
Brian, you didn't get to go in the locker room at halftime and hear what was going on in there, did you?
No. Thank God. I think I would have been a little too scared.
Would have liked to have heard Coach Olsen at halftime. Must have been interesting.
Some commotion on the field.
Looks like Wayne Valley calling a quick timeout. Brian O'Connor screaming at the official to get himself a timeout.
Valley, the first drive.
Not sure what he saw, but something in that pump formation he didn't like. Maybe not sure if they had an extra guy in the field, but you can see he's not happy. You don't want to waste a timeout, especially on a 4th and 15 when you're punting. Just a bad time to use a timeout right there for Wayne Valley.
It's going to be interesting to see Valley's play call after this punt, considering they aren't very successful with the passing game. So they have been pretty successful with the running game. We'll see if they keep that going, or if Wayne Hill's big defensive line could step up and finally hold them.
Yeah, clearly Wayne Hills, the last series, starting to get a ton of pressure. I didn't understand again on that last series from Wayne Valley why they came out trying to run the football up the middle. I mean, that is not where you're going to make your living against Wayne Hills. If they're going to have success, It's moving Pete Savasano around in the pocket, getting him out on the edge where he can start to use his legs or his arm, use that dual threat capability.
Now, last time Wayne Valley and Wayne Hills met was in the 2007 state championship, and at halftime it was a pretty similar score. It was 7-7, and the Patriots were able to pull away with a pretty conservatively big victory. Divers back to punt for Hills. High snap, but he's able to get it off. High punt, not very far, 20 yards at the most, but a good bounce. Tim Divers a little lucky there. It's going to be downed at the 32-yard line by number 21, Steve Johnson.
Boy, absolutely lucky. Wayne Hills roll right there for Tim Divers, the punter.
All right, Brian, we want to thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in your future play-by-play aspirations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Brian DeBow from Wayne Hills.
Nice job by Brian.
And Sean Fedema also, who had joined us from Wayne Valley doing the color commentary. Thanks to both those young men. Great job by them. 6:32 remaining here in the third quarter, and Lalib has room, gets to the corner, outside, across the 40, and close to the first down yardage for Wayne Valley.
Boy, Wayne Valley, I thought with that punt when it went up from Divers, it was just, you know, an ugly-looking punt. I thought they were going to finally get some good starting field position, but once again, pinned back in their own zone. And here you see Laniv using that speed and cutback ability to find himself to the outside. Coach Brian O'Connor said this is a big play back, and it's because of that cutback ability that allows him to make some big runs.
So the Indians do pick up the first at the 42. They hand it off to Laniv again. Gets a block on the corner across the 50, a 45-yard line. And into Wayne Hills territory across the 40. A 17-yard run and another Indian first down.
Boy, and you see the speed this time by Laniv, and he's excited, as is the Wayne Valley bench. And why not? They're finally inside the territory of Wayne Hills. Only the second time all night. But look at his speed to get to the outside. And great blocking by Anthony Varilli on the corner allows Laniv to get a couple extra yards.
It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Castle. Breaks one tackle and then is driven down after a pickup of a yard or so. Steve Johnson and also Mike Drees in on the tackle for the Patriots.
Hey, Wayne Valley's got that Wayne Hills defense a little on their heels right now. They're kind of walking around, not knowing what's happening. You see him pounding up the middle again. And you see Castles running hard up between the tackles. Perfect time, 2nd and 8. Why not a little play action right here? Get your quarterback on the outside. Try to get a big one down the field.
Here's the pitch to Castles, looking to get outside, turns it in now, and takes it across the 30-yard line. The Indians with their best drive of the night. They've taken it inside the Wayne Hills 30.
Oh, and again, Mark Tucker's doing a phenomenal job on both sides of the ball. You'll see him at the end of this, the tight end, able to spring this thing to the outside. You see him right there at the back of your screen with a phenomenal block. And Castles with that good vision and cutting it upfield as soon as he saw a hole. No wasted motion on his part.
3rd down and about 2 for Wayne Valley. Here's Laniv, powers his way for first down yardage. Inside the 30 and down near the 27.
Now Wayne Valley's offense is playing with some confidence. You see their offensive line starting to say, give us the football. Let us run the ball. We're moving the Wayne Hills defense right now. Led by that man, 81, Mark Tucker. Laniv, great cutback at the point of attack. And then again, these running backs for Wayne Valley, it's taken 2, 3, 4 tacklers from Hills to bring them to the ground.
1st and 10 for the Indians from the 27. Here's the handoff again, trying to get to the Carlos Laniv. He gets outside and is driven down inside the 20. Drees in on the tackle for the Patriots.
For a tremendous block at the point of attack, number 58, Brandon Castelvano knocks somebody down from Wayne Hills. You'll see big number 58 right there, coming to the end. Steve Johnson keeps with it. And as it left your screen, you'll see him back there, pancake block. I'm telling you, Wayne Valley's starting to play with confidence right now up front. They are running the football successfully inside and out now against a big, tough Wayne Hills defense.
It is 2nd down and about 3 from the 20-yard line. The Indians come up in the eye. And here's the give to Castles. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped there. Good penetration that time by Corey Mitchell, senior defensive tackle. He got in there first.
Lou, I got to think right now, this is 2-down territory if you're Wayne Valley. You're obviously going to go for it on 4th down. Down inside, you're inside the 20. Why not right now? You're running the ball so successfully. Take a shot with a little play action. See if you can get your quarterback on the outside and make a big play down here. You got to find a way to get this into the end zone.
3rd down and about 2. Savastano in the shotgun. And a whistle blows the play dead.
That is a huge penalty on Wayne Valley. Valley a little too anxious, moves too soon.
Dead ball, false start. Number 78, Valley, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So now instead of 3rd and 2, you're looking at about 3rd and 7. Significant
that changes
difference.
Your play calling, absolutely. You see Ryan Young, bait number 78, just getting a little too anxious, moving way too early. Big prospect, though, Ryan Young, number 78. He's a big man, 6'8", 280-pounder.
So 3rd and 7, Savastano looking to throw, setting up a screen. Lamid makes the catch, cuts it in, takes it inside the 25 and down at the 23-yard line.
Great job by Mike Drees, just staying at home, trying to go with the throwback screen. I love the call. Little misdirection, trying to get in the hands of your electric running back, and you see Drees, number 28, just stayed there. Perfect job. Couldn't have played it any better, and a nice open field tackling, forcing him back inside where your teammates are.
4th down.
Boy, is this a big 4th down if you're Wayne Valley right here.
The Indians trying to keep this drive alive. Football sits at the 23.
Well, you got to roll him out. Give him a chance to use his legs.
Savastano out of the shotgun, being chased by Johnson. Brought down! Big defensive play by Steve Johnson.
Boy, that is a huge athletic play by Steve Johnson, because I'm telling you, if he doesn't get there, Savastano has a ton of room in front of him. You see him rolling right and just getting pressure from the backside. Nobody blocks Steve Johnson, and what a hustle play by him, because there was nothing but green. You'll see from this backhand, great replay right here. Look at the running room to the outside. Only needed 5 yards. He easily could have gotten upfield for that. That is a tremendous play by the outside linebacker of Wayne Hills.
So an impressive Wayne Valley drive ends, and the Patriots take over at the 28-yard line. 1:33 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's still 7-0 Wayne Hills. Quinn gives up the middle, a huge gainer across the 40-yard line.
Boy, that Wayne Valley defense, they got to hang in now. It's almost a little bit like a letdown because they didn't punch it in, had all the momentum. Now their defense has to come out, has to continue to play tough to keep that momentum with Wayne Valley. You can't turn around and give up a big play to Hills and give up a big drive now and end this momentum that you've carried into the 3rd quarter here.
That was Steve Johnson on the last carry, so they reward him by giving him the football
Yeah,
after that
why
defensive
not?
play. Here is Dowling getting outside, cuts it into the open, across the 40, and brought down across the 30-yard line. Brian Dowling with a big gainer for the Patriots.
Boy, and this is why Wayne Hills is so good. This is why they've won so many games in a row. You see them making that huge defensive play. They understand that Wayne Valley's a little bit down on their heels, and they come right out and go right after him, running the football right up the middle. First Steve Johnson, now Brian Dowling. You see him get in the open field. Just good hustle by Anthony Barilli chasing him down.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. The pitch to Dowling, cuts it in and burrows his way inside the 25. Down to 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
Boy, it is a big drive for Wayne Valley. Can that defense once again settle in now inside their own territory, almost in the red zone? Can they settle down and get another stop of this Wayne Hills offense?
Patriots break the huddle, but that probably was the last play of the 3rd quarter.
And it down. You see him 8 for 52. He's had some big plays in the receiving game as well. Had the huge screen pass right before the half, so he's been able to do it both running the football and with his hands tonight.
And the third quarter does come to an end here at jam-packed Wayne Valley. The Patriots of Wayne Hills leading crosstown rival Wayne Valley by the score of 7-0 here on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase.
The years of practice, the hopes and dreams, the sweat, the pride, the generations of tradition. When it's game time, there is no turning back. It's always more than just a game. Every week, MSG Varsity brings you full-length high school games. High School Sports Showcase, only on MSG Varsity. MSG Varsity rewrites the yearbook. Every week, High School Journal brings you the sports and activities deserving more play. Fencing, drama, tennis, debate, diving, music, and more. Get the inside stories and the personal profiles, the total high school experience, all in one place. High School Journal, an MSG Varsity original series, only on Optimum.
Every school has its legends. Every school has its glories.
Every school has an almost. A someday.
A someday.
A someday.
A someday.
And a Hail Mary.
Every school can list the championships it's won.
And the games it should have.
Every school has its stars.
And its understudies.
Every school has its Hamlets.
And its second strings.
Every school has
its MVPs.
It's MVPs.
Its MVPs.
It's MVPs.
Its MVPs.
And it's underdogs.
Every school has the chances it's taken.
And the opportunities it's blown.
Every school.
Every school. Every school.
Every school.
Every school.
Every school has its stories. Now there's a place to share them all. MSG Varsity is the first network devoted to local high school sports and activities.
Only on Optimum.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills leading Wayne Valley by a score of 7-0. I'm Steve Nagler. These two schools only a handful of miles apart on Valley Road, so best friends can and do go to different schools, such is the case with Wayne Valley soccer captain Jason Rosenberg and the quarterback for Wayne Hills, Mike Quinn. They are best of friends. Today, Rosenberg's soccer team picked up a 3-2 overtime win over Passaic Valley, and after the contest was over, I asked him how and when he and Mike Quinn became such good friends.
I think it was 6th grade when we started playing basketball together at the Wayne Piero Wolfpack, and he was kind of the point guard, and I always played up, but I decided to stay at my own age. So in the beginning, it was more of a battle. Then we decided, you know, he could play the two, I could be the one. Worked out that way. Won a lot of games, and when you win a lot of games, you're happy. So me and him were happy and decided to make a good friendship.
So where is your allegiance with this football game tonight?
Oh, man. Friendship first. So I hope Quinn throws for about 300 yards, but I'm going to have to go with Valley. Don't tell him I said that.
We'll try to keep your secret, but I don't think that's going to be possible right now. He had a great game on the pitch this afternoon, and the football game tonight has been entertaining as well. Lou, let's go back upstairs to you.
All right, Steve. And I think that, I think Mike Quinn knows by now. But, hey, those two guys, Rosenberg and Quinn, also great fishing buddies. They go out fishing a lot, bass fishing. So, great. That's a great story, though.
Boy, Steve put him on the spot.
Well, Quinn has his team in a scoring opportunity here. Second down. Here's Mike Quinn rolling out, getting away from pressure. He delivers, and a big hit on the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Johnson, and he was separated from the football by Mike Fusco.
Boy, Fusco's had a heck of a game all over the field tonight from his linebacker spot. Nice play action in the backfield. Quinn able to get to the outside. Good protection, nice throw on the run, and just a great job by Fusco getting there and separating, like you said, Lou, just separating the receiver from the football. Just how they teach it. Big play by Fusco, setting up a third down now.
Line of scrimmage to 23. Third down and 7 for the Patriots. They lead it by the score of 7-0. Quinn, quarterback draw, takes off, has running room, takes it up the middle, and spins inside the 15-yard line. That'll be good for a Wayne Hills first down.
Boy, great call. They went empty, no backs in the backfield, and just using Quinn's athletic ability with that quick quarterback draw. Seen it a couple times. Nice job in front of him with his offensive line and just tucks in behind again. Number 55, Ryan Salerno, puts his head down and gets some extra yardage. Big first down run from Mike Quinn.
So it's 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills at the 12-yard line. Dowling cuts it inside, takes it inside the 10, and then is driven back. But his forward progress got him down to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, before a bunch of Wayne Valley players jumped in there. Actually surprised, a little slow on the whistle, allowing them to drive Dowling all the way backwards.
They actually marked it at about the 7. So a second down and about 5. Ten minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. The pitch to Dowling, cuts it in, and then is sandwiched at about the 7-yard line.
A great job that time by Colin Bush, forcing this run back inside where your help's coming from. Had the lead blocker in front of him, DeDelectis, but again, great job by number 35, Colin Bush, just forcing that thing back inside. You don't want to let Brian Dowling get outside of you. That's where he's going to be able to use his speed. If you're a defensive end or an outside linebacker, your responsibility, force him inside where your teammates are going to be there to help you.
Less than 10 minutes now left in the fourth. And Wayne Hills faced with a third down. 3rd and 6. They might have lost a yard on that last play. And now it looks like Wayne Hills is going to call a timeout as Chris Olson makes his way out to the huddle.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like that play was taking a little too long to get in. It's interesting to me. I mean, Mike Quinn every time actually runs to the sideline to get the play from his coach and then comes back.
All right, 9:48 remaining, timeout on the field. 7-0, Wayne Hills leading Wayne Valley here on the High School Sports Showcase.
You know, if you had Optimum Voice, you could call anyone, anytime, any place in the U.S., Canada, or Puerto Rico for one flat rate. Really? You don't know anyone in those places? Well, with Optimum Voice, you get 13 calling features included free, and free 411 calls. Wow, you're not into free. Okay, well, how about no extra charges and taxes every month like the phone company charges? You like paying extra. What if I told you you could listen to your voicemails online? It's true. Let me hang up the phone and I'll leave you one. Bye-bye.
Your school, your stories, your place to find it all. MSGVarsity.com. With game highlights, scores, events, clubs, and featured content from TV, MSGVarsity.com is the place for everything going on in your high school community. So upload videos, express yourself, share what's going on in your school. At MSGVarsity.com, you are the ultimate insider.
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. 3rd down for Wayne Hills. Quinn throwing for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for Brian Dowling. The coverage offered by Colin Bush.
Again, pretty good coverage. Just trying to throw this quick corner route out to Brian Dowling. He set like he was going to block, then escaped him to the flat. Ball's thrown a little bit behind him. You want to throw that ball to the back pylon, lead him where he's going. Just thrown behind him slightly and overthrown. No way to make that catch, but good coverage, though, by Colin Bush out there.
All right, so Tim Divers is in to attempt a field goal. It'll be a 24-yard attempt. The kick is on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the right.
Wow. Wayne Valley again dodges another bullet. But what a great job, that defense all night, that bend but don't break defense, giving the ball back to their offense inside their own 10-yard line, not giving up any points.
So it's still 7-0 Wayne Hills.
Boy, Denver just pushed this ball to the right. Good snap, good hold. Pretty good pressure on it, just missed it. How about Quinn? No passing yards in the second half after 149 in the first half.
So Wayne Valley takes over at the 20-yard line. Savastano in the shotgun, now pulls it back. He's going long for Borelli. He makes the catch across the 40, across the 30-yard line. The ball is loose. It's picked up now by DeBlock. DeBlock is coming back the other way for Wayne Hills, and he takes it across the 20-yard line. What a turn of events. Wayne Valley with a big play, and then the fumble gives it back to Wayne Hills.
Oh, Lou, that is what I've been looking for all night. That's what I've been calling for. That play action and take a shot. Perfect throw to Verrilli back behind Brian Down. Great catch, going up and getting it. Now he switches the ball, just trying to get extra yards. Nobody even knocks it out, he just lost it. No need to really switch the ball at that point. Just secure it. Fighting for extra yards, there's no point right now to move the ball to your other hand. You see Down with a little punch with his left hand. Great job by Brian Dowling, and just a devastating turnover. Not sure now they got a flag on the field against Wayne Valley.
And that pushes the ball all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Boy, is that a tough break. Great defensive play, though, by Brian Dowling, but just devastating for Wayne Valley right now. The biggest play of the night by far.
So the Patriots have the football at the 35. Here is the give. Nothing doing. Wayne Valley, tough defense.
Can this defense step up again? They've been put in so many difficult situations. This time, Franco Rosella coming in and making the play in the backfield. But can this group do it again, put in another difficult situation?
It is second down and 12. They lost 2 on the play. We're inside 9 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Quinn steps back. Dowling trying to make a diving catch across the 40. Has it knocked away. Good coverage by Castles.
Yeah, great job breaking on the football. Trying to throw that slant in front of Mike Castles. You see it here, looking left the entire time. Throwing a slant. Good throw right where it needs to be. Great break on the ball by Castles, though. Quinn now 0 for 5 in the second half. There you see him again. Quinn, after every play, runs all the way over to the sideline to get the play from his coach, then runs all the way back to get it to his teammates.
And the Wayne Valley fans, thousands of them, are on their feet.
Got the scoreboard out again, Lou.
So the scoreboard is on the fritz. Now it's back. 8:40 remaining.
They get it back up quickly, though, when it goes out. Well, I tell you, Quinn's got, I mean, that would be exhausting to me as a quarterback. You got to run over your coach all the way to the sideline after every single play. He's running wind sprints to the sideline and back to the huddle.
So with 8:40 remaining, scoreboard is back. Wayne Hills will go up to the line of scrimmage with a 3rd down and 12. Quinn straight back to throw, setting up a screen. Johnson the catch. He's brought down across the 40-yard line, short of 1st down yardage.
Savastano with the tackle coming up big, huge 3rd down stop again by Wayne Valley. Just setting up that little screen pass. You get big number 64, Nick Tuminello, out in front of it. Does a nice job. But then here comes Pete Savastano making a big hit. Short of the 1st down. Steve Johnson, the ball carrier. And just, that's a great tackle by Pete Savastano, the free safety and quarterback.
Tim Divers is in to kick it away. His 5th punt of the game for Wayne Hills. End over end kick across the 30, and it will roll dead at about the 22-yard line. That's what Wayne Valley will put it in play with 7:47 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
And that ball came close to hitting Mike Tallarico in the back, number 10 for Wayne Valley. He was blocking one of the Hills players. That punt landed right around his feet.
Ryan O'Connor very confident earlier in the week when I spoke to him. He felt his team would play a good game here against Wayne Hills, would not be intimidated. They certainly have, especially defensively.
Oh, they have done a phenomenal job on defense, and they've had some shots offensively, just unable to sustain a drive.
First and 10 for the Indians. Savastano gives inside handoff to Castles, and he is brought down after a short pickup, maybe a yard.
Interesting thing, when we talked to Brian O'Connor, said he really liked the matchup of his wide receivers versus the DBs of Wayne Hills. And when they have gone to the air, they have had people open all over the field. Just surprised he hasn't gone to the air a little more, especially now in the second half as time is dwindling down, and just try to loosen up this Wayne Hills defense.
So it is 2nd down and 8. They did pick up 2 on that last carry. 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Savastano looking to throw. He steps up, fires, catch made. Talarico makes the grab across the 30-yard line.
Boy, he's getting a bad spot. That should have been a first down. When he caught that football, he was, wow, that's a bad spot.
And the crowd lets the officials know.
It's a great job just stepping up in the pocket. They're throwing a curl. Nice job coming back, but that initial hit from Massey was well past where the sticks were. Yeah, fans right in front of us letting the officials know about it for sure. It's a tough spot for sure.
Well, it brings up a 3rd down and 2 from the 31. The pitch to Castles, trying to make the turn. He's not going to get there. It's close. A penalty flag down on the play. Dries came in, got the initial penetration. Let's see what this penalty is. That's going to push the Indians back here. They may refuse it. It will bring up a 4th down. Let's see what Wayne Hills chooses to do here.
Illegal block in the back on Wayne Valley, 10 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Well, they take the penalty and it pushes them back to the 22.
I'm surprised they actually did decline that, force the 4th down. You're going to have to punt based on where their field position is. Surprised they're going to give him another shot here now, 3rd and 10.
Halfway through this fourth quarter, Wayne Hills 7, Wayne Valley nothing. Savastano in trouble and goes down. Big play. Looks like Russ Pekarski got there on the sack for the Patriots.
Yeah, 5th sack of the night for Wayne Hills. This time Pekarski's just coming right off the edge. Really no chance for Savastano. He's got to try to sit in the pocket. He knows he needs at least 11 yards to get himself a 1st down, so he's got to try to let that play develop, and Pekarski just coming off the edge. Nice sack, good play defensively.
Well, Savastano will have to punt now from the shadow of his own goalpost, and Wayne Hills figures to get excellent field position out of this exchange. Savastano steps at about the 3-yard line. It's a good snap. And a good kick by Savastano. Drives Dowling way back, takes a tremendous Wayne Valley roll inside the 20-yard line. Oh, what a kick by Savastano.
What a punt. Boy, talk about coming up big when you need to. Savastano has done everything tonight for this Wayne Valley team. Punting, making big tackles, making big plays at quarterback. But I don't know if he's ever had a bigger punt in his career than that one right there. Look at this kick. Just gets everything he's got into it, sending Dowling back. Has no chance to catch it, and then gets the roll on top of it.
Well, the Patriots thought they were going to get that football at around the 50-yard line. Instead, they start at their own 18, a 58-yard kick. The give goes off tackle. Not much there. Steve Johnson carried the football. He might have picked up a yard.
Wayne Hill starting to run that clock a little bit now as we get under 5 minutes, starting to go into their 4-minute offense. With that big offensive line and the running backs they have, they are made to run a clock down on you.
2nd down and 9, 4.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Wayne Hills trying to preserve their long winning streak. It's at 54 games, looking for 55, and here's Dowling coming around the corner. Takes it across the 25 up to the 28.
Again, great blocking on the edge. Anytime that Wayne Hills has tried to get the football on the outside, their wide receivers have done a really nice job of blocking the corners of Wayne Valley. You see right here, there's the edge. See Mike Treese doing a nice job. Doesn't hold it quite long enough as Castles was able to come off it at the last second, but still it's about 9 yards downfield.
Third down and 1. Quinn comes in with the play. Big play here. And Hills hoping to keep the drive alive, and now looks like the Patriots are going to call a timeout with 3:43 remaining. Well, you can call Wayne Hills a football dynasty. In 2004, they defeated Demarest 17-6. In 05, 46-0 over Parsippany Hills. In 2006, they beat Parsippany Hills 23-12. You see the Vikings there going up against the Patriots. Wayne Hills victory. And in 2007, it was a 27-7 victory over Wayne Valley. The celebrations go on, it seems, year after year. Here's the game at Giant Stadium. 27-7 victory over Wayne Valley. Last time these two teams met. Carlton Marson taking it to the house there for the Patriots. And last season they defeated Lakeland 35-6 to win yet another title. 5 straight titles, 6 overall. 54 straight wins. This one will go down, if they do win it, as one of the toughest in the streak. Here's a handoff, power football off tackle on a 3rd down and 1. Brian Dowling carries the ball, and it looks like it'll be close to first down yardage. Let's see where they place the ball.
Yeah, it looks like you got it. And why not just run this ball right up inside your big offensive line, right behind Ryan Salerno, Nick Tomorrow, those big, huge blockers, and just sneak your speedy running back in behind them.
Well, the officials, I believe, have called for a measurement. They're going to measure to see if the Patriots picked up the first down.
Well, I think he got it. Seeing from up here, he got it.
We stretch the chains. And it is a first down for Wayne Hills. Huge first down. Dowling going over the right side of that line. Their 12th first down of the game. First and 10 for the Patriots. 3:38 remaining in the 4th quarter. Wayne Hills 7, Wayne Valley nothing. Dowling looking to turn the corner and is hemmed in across the 30-yard line.
Boy, again, it's Mike Fusco, number 31. A nice job stretching that play out, not allowing Dowling any cutback lane, and just strung it out all the way to the sideline. Take a look at it right here, just running that quick toss. He gets his blockers out in front of him. See the Lakers blocking. Nice job by Fusco, fighting off that block and then staying with the play. And again, just stringing it out so his teammates can come up and help him.
Down to 2:45 left here in the 4th.
Now he's got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Here's the pitch to Dowling. Can't get outside. Another big play by Colin Bush, who gets Dowling with a shoestring tackle.
Well, I think about using a timeout right here if I'm Wayne Valley. Yeah, and he did. He took it. Great job. Look at the job by Colin Bush, fighting off the block, diving inside and able to get his hands around the legs of Brian Dowling. Look at him come up, fight off that block with his inside shoulder. Tremendous job by Colin Bush.
So it brings up a third down. Third and about 9 coming up for the Patriots.
Well, that's just a great job by Colin Bush, giving up some size and some weight to James D. DeLakis, the fullback of Wayne Hills. Bush going on about 5'10", 170. D. DeLakis 5'11", 215, but just took on that block and able to dive and get himself to the running back. He and Fusco just had a phenomenal game in the linebacker position tonight for Wayne Valley. Both of those guys been able to make plays all over the field.
You know, we talk a lot about Wayne Hills and their success, and rightfully so. But, you know, Wayne Valley has been playing pretty good football over the last several years. 4 straight years in the playoffs, 11-1 in 2007. And this Indian team thinking playoffs once again this season. And their fans revved up for this third down play. Quinn outside to Dowling, breaks 1 tackle, and then is brought down across the 30-yard line. He is short of first down yardage.
Nice job by Coach O'Connor, right on the official, calling a timeout as soon as they got Dowling to the ground, saving as much time as he can for his team on offense. That's his last one, so about 2:27 to go after the punt. Going to be about 2:10, somewhere around there. Be able to drive down and try to tie this football game up. And just again, this defensive job that Wayne Valley's done tonight, they've been on the field a ton and just have done a tremendous job. Every time they've had to come up big with a third down stop, it seems like somebody stepped up and made the play.
Well, Wayne Hill's defense has been spectacular tonight, and they're going to be called upon again.
We see Tuminello right there just coming in untouched. Again here, throwing the ball deep. Interception by Mike Trees, falling back. They've been all over the place, forcing turnovers. Again, a huge play right there by Steve Johnson on the 4th down. That was on Wayne Valley's biggest drive of the night, their deepest penetration all night. And Steve Johnson able to come up, make a huge stop. But now they got to call on that offense one more time. Doesn't matter what you've done all night. What can they do in the 2 minute? And I talked to Brian O'Connor. They said they have a nice no huddle that he likes. Figure you have to use that at some point now, because they're not going to have a heck of a lot of time left.
Divers in to kick it away. Wayne Valley hoping to get good field position somewhere around midfield. The low snap. Divers with a good kick. End over end. Varelli lets it bounce. And it is down inside the 25-yard line. So a good job by Divers on that punt. And Wayne Valley will start inside their own 25 with just 2:15 remaining.
Yeah, every one of their possessions have started in their own territory. It's the 10th possession of the night. Their best starting field position was their own 40. Thumper really should have called a fair catch and run up and caught that football instead of letting it roll. You need as many yards as you can right now. Can't afford to lose any.
So the Indians go up to the line of scrimmage. Trip receivers go right side. Savastano looking to throw. In trouble, gets away now, and is going to run the football. Keeps it himself and takes it across the 30-yard line. And the clock ticks down to the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, nice job by Savastano keeping that play alive, using his legs, getting some positive yardage. Now they are going into no huddle. A little confused. Guys running all over the place. Savastano trying to sort them out.
Second down play. Savastano in trouble. Gets away from the initial rusher. Now throws downfield for Varelli. Incomplete. Little contact down there, but no flag.
Yeah, good no call. He had Varelli down the field, but it was Troy Safino, number 20. Pretty good coverage. I think it's a good no call. Nice job, though, by Savastano. Again, he's going to have to use his legs now to keep plays alive. Had Nick Tuminello coming into his face to untouch. Good job by Varelli right there, trying to go up and make a play. You need somebody now. You need somebody to step up and make a play if you're Wayne Valley.
3rd and 4. Football at the 30-yard line. 1:38 left. 7-0 Wayne Hills. Savastano Looking, still looking, gets away, now keeps it, pulls it down, takes it across the 40-yard line, and that's a first down for Wayne Valley. Nice job by the Wayne Valley quarterback, Pete Savastano.
Yeah, Wayne Hills is choosing to rush only 3 guys. They're dropping 8 in the coverage. That's risky when you have a quarterback with the quickness of Savastano. You can see he's got all the time in the world back there. Tumanella's got a shot on him, but there's no way with Savastano's quickness that Tumanella's going to get him in the backfield, and he's able to use his legs to get a big first down.
First and 10 from the 43. Savastano in trouble now, and he lets it fly, and it's caught. He delivered just as he got hit. And that should be good for another Wayne Valley first down in Wayne Hills territory.
Boy, talk about waiting to the last second. Savastano getting chased down by James Hogan, actually going down in the arms of Hogan, able to find Fusco for a big first down.
So the Indians in Patriot territory, just shy of the 45, a minute 10 left. Savastano out of the shotgun. He lets it fly, going deep for Borelli, incomplete. Double cover down by the 10-yard line. It stops the clock with 1 minute left here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, good throw, though, by Savastano. Actually had a shot at this, throwing the deep post. You see Borelli getting behind the coverage, and that's the free safety coming in late. Safino able to kind of, looks like double coverage, but it's actually one-on-one. It's just a free safety coming over at the last second. Excuse me, Matt the block, number 80.
Second down. Second and 10 from the 45. Savastano steps up. He's going deep again for Borelli. And it is broken up inside the 5-yard line. That time Borelli turned into a defensive player. He broke that up. That was nearly intercepted.
Yeah, it's a great job by Borelli. You know, if you want to throw the ball deep, sometimes those receivers have to end up coming DB, just like you said, Lou. That's what he does here. This ball is almost a better throw to number 29, Omar Nazra, than it is to Anthony Borelli. But nice job by Borelli. Knocks the football down. He plays corner on defense, so he knows. Give your offense another shot. Don't know why they're throwing the deep ball so many times. They're having nice success throwing it underneath and running Savastano.
Third and 10. Savastano rolling out, getting away from pressure. Now pulls it down. He's got first down yardage. He takes it across the 30-yard line.
So you got to jump up and kill it right now. You got to jump up and kill it.
Well, the clock stops momentarily to move the chains.
Jump up and kill it. Brian O'Connor on the field. That's what he's calling for. Savastano, nice job. Gives the pump fake, but then tucks it under his arm. A little dangerous with the football. And does just that. You got to kill it.
And he stops the clock with 39.6 seconds remaining. It is going to be second down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, Brian O'Connor doing a great job right now with clock management all over this no huddle. He's doing a really nice job. You got to take advantage sometimes. You get that first down. It's a big run by your quarterback. He's clearly tired. You see his hands on his knees. Get up right away, kill it. Allow your team to get back in the huddle, get the proper play called, and give you guys a breather for a second.
Second and 10. Savastano in trouble. Gets away. Now looks like he's going to throw. He lets it fly. It's caught. Touchdown, Wayne Valley.
No, he's over the line.
But there's a flag down.
He's over the line.
A penalty flag is down, and I think they're going to call over the line, and it's an illegal forward pass.
He's over the line of scrimmage. Oh, what a play by Savastano, but he started to tuck it. Had room to run it, clearly went over the line of scrimmage.
You have a Wayne Valley player shaken up.
Illegal forward pass. The quarterback on Wayne Valley was past the line of scrimmage. The penalty is 5 yards from the spot of the infraction, plus a loss of down. Third down.
Here it is. You see him rolling left again, just doing a nice job of buying time. Now he gets to the outside, pumps fake. Everybody thinks he's going to run it. You can clearly see he's over the line by about 2 or 3 yards. That's why Fusco ended up being so wide open, because the corner over there, number 3, James Hogan, came up to make a play on the quarterback. Wow, this place erupted, though, when he caught that football.
Well, Fusco is the players shaken up down at the 5-yard line.
Why not? Fusco has done everything else tonight. Looked like he just caught a pass that was one extra point away from tying this game up.
And he gets up limping a little bit, but will come off the field pretty much under his own power.
You look at all the running room inside. That's what I thought right there. He was just going to tuck it and go. Hang on to it. I tell you what, Hogan did not come up because he thought the quarterback was over the line of scrimmage. He just lost Fusco behind him. Yeah, that's the biggest part of this penalty is the loss of down. 5 yards, but the loss of down is the big part. But it was a great job by Brian O'Connor. As soon as that flag was down, he was talking to his quarterback about the next play.
So here we go, 3rd down and 14. Ball is at the 33-yard line. Savastano in the shotgun. Now in trouble, he will go down at the 45. James D. Delectus with a big defensive play.
6th sack of the night. That's the worst thing that can happen to you in a 2-minute because now you can't call a timeout. You can't kill it. You have this monster 4th down coming up, and you got to hurry up.
Just 9 seconds left in regulation. Down to 5 seconds. 4th down. This will be the last play of the game. Savastano, he's going deep, throwing long, and it is incomplete, and the clock has expired. Wayne Hill's winning streak continues. 55 straight games. Wayne Hills defeats Wayne Valley 7-0. So Wayne Hills defeats Wayne Valley by the score of 7-0, a hard-fought victory for the Patriots.
Boy, Wayne Valley's going to watch this film Monday morning or Sunday, whenever they get to it, and Brian O'Connor's going to realize how many opportunities they had to be in this football game and probably come away with a victory. But just a tremendous job by Wayne Valley defensively to hold Wayne Hills to just 7 points tonight and to be in the game with a 2-minute drive at the end was phenomenal.
So Wayne Hills in exciting fashion hangs on to defeat crosstown rival Wayne Valley by the score of 7-0. And we'll be back with our post game in just a few moments. Again, final score 7-0 Wayne Hills here on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase.
MSG Varsity rewrites the yearbook. Every week, High School Journal brings you the sports and activities deserving more play. Get the inside stories, personal profiles, the total high school experience, all in one place. High School Journal, an MSG Varsity original series.
Working together as a team. That's how we'll beat pancreatic cancer. It's America's 4th leading cause of cancer death, with a survival rate that hasn't changed in more than 25 years. That's why the Lustgarten Foundation is dedicated to finding a cure. And Cablevision's support ensures that 100% of every donation goes directly to researching this deadly disease. Don't let pancreatic cancer win. Visit curepc.org.
Here we go. 20 years I've been talking to you. Now it's your turn to talk back. We're going to cover football, boys and girls basketball, lacrosse, baseball, soccer, field hockey. You name it, we're going to cover it. If you don't like what I say, then you come right back at me. So call it, mail it, text it, chime it. Man, I got to hear from you. It's going to move. It's going to be alive. It's going to be... There's going to be some interruptions. Hello. Come on.
Mike Quick takes your calls live. A quick 60 on MSG Varsity. Wednesdays at 8. Only on Optimum.
Welcome back to Wayne Valley High School. The Patriots of Wayne Hills defeating the Indians of Wayne Valley 7-0 here on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase. Lou Brogno here along with Gus Ornstein. And Gus, I'll tell you, what a victory for Wayne Hills to win it 7-0. Wayne Valley gave them all they could handle.
Well, after watching this game tonight and seeing the crowd and the enthusiasm, it's upsetting these teams won't play each other every year, and you can't just continue to have this rivalry because this was unbelievable tonight.
Well, the Patriots now extend their winning streak to 55 straight games. Steve Nagler is standing by with head coach Olson and also our player of the game. Steve?
Thanks, gentlemen. Coach Olson, quite a test here tonight. What did you learn about your team in this close battle?
I learned if we don't get a lot better in a hurry, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be by 50 points next week if we don't play a lot better than tonight. Valley played extremely well. Hats off to them. They played hard. I was very disappointed in our kids' performance. I'm happy that we won the game, but I thought, I don't think anybody played well tonight.
How much of a burden does the streak become, or does it become one?
We don't talk about it. We really don't mention it much. We really don't. And playing Wayne Valley was a big for the town, big for both teams. I thought they played very hard. I didn't think we played very good. I think we played hard, but we just didn't make plays when we had to.
In the end, though, your defense did come up big, and how huge was that for you?
James DeLectus and those guys made some big plays for us at the end when the offense really couldn't get out of our own way. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the win.
You're welcome.
All right, and our player of the game tonight is quarterback Mike Quinn, and a tough victory for you guys here tonight. What was the difference for you offensively early in the game that you could get the ball down the field?
We just came out really pumped up, and I feel like we executed our plays, and towards the end of the game, we didn't execute them as good as we wanted to.
This was such a huge rivalry game coming in for the players. What was the atmosphere like with the crowd as big as it was and as loud as it was?
The crowd was awesome. We were so psyched up. Even walking through here, there's people on our way. There's, I don't even know, thousands upon thousands of people just cheering for us, and it really made the game.
Now, Coach said you guys don't talk about the streak. Do the players, though, do you think about what's on your shoulders carrying this from game to game?
Yeah, we keep it in the back of our mind. It's a big burden. It's a lot of pressure, but we just have to stick through it, and we can't really think about it too much.
Congratulations on the win. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the booth.
All right, Steve, and not a lot of scoring in this game, but a lot of action, Gus.
Yeah, he's the only touchdown of the night to match the block on the corner route. Looked like maybe the ball came out. Then the big interception by Brian Dowling right towards the end of the half when Wayne Valley had something going. Followed it up with this screen pass. Big throw. You see Ryan Solero getting down in front, blocking for Dowling as they get the ball down inside the 5-yard line with about 40 seconds to go in the half right now. Then they tried to keep it with Mike Quinn, but Wayne Valley defense was there to shut it down, and then Tim Divers with the field goal attempt was no good. They snuck out of the first half down 7-0. Here's the biggest play for Wayne Valley tonight, the big throw to Anthony Verrilli. You see him switch the ball. Brian Dowling able to knock it out. Huge fumble, and then late in the game, trying to score, trying to tie this up. See the quarterback rolling left, throws, finds Fusco in the back of the end zone for an apparent touchdown, but over the line of scrimmage. So it came down to this, just a last attempt, Hail Mary. See him let it go, down to the 10-yard line, deflected, ball's incomplete, and Wayne Valley ends up losing 7-0. Wayne Hills escapes, keeping the win streak alive, but a game that was much closer than a lot of people expected here tonight.
If you take a look at the final numbers, I'll tell you, they do not reflect a 7-0 Wayne Hills victory. They outgained Wayne Valley by plenty in total yardage. Time of possession, relatively even. The biggest number on that board, 3 Wayne Valley turnovers, and that really hurt the Indians when they had opportunities to score.
They just can't overcome mistakes. You play a team like Wayne Hills, and if you make any kind of mistake, they're going to capitalize on it. Wayne Valley needed to play a perfect game. They almost did that tonight, just a couple costly errors.
So the streak lives on now. That's 55 straight wins now for Wayne Hills, but I think it's safe to say in those 55 games, none were tougher than tonight.
Absolutely. Now you look forward to next week. Of course, St. Joe's coming in, and Wayne Hills lucky to get out of here with a victory, and those comments from Chris Olson, I think, said everything that needs to be said about this game tonight.
So the Patriots do win it by the score of 7-0. Before we exit here at Wayne Valley, I want to thank a couple of people, certainly Neil's Pizza and Restaurant, Angelo, and the guys there for helping us out with the crew meal earlier this evening. 973-305-0405, the number there, and they did a great job, and we appreciate them. And the Wayne Valley Football Booster Club for all their help and support, including crew meal and preparation. Thanks very much to them. And also Dan Goodell, the athletic director at Wayne Valley. We thank them very much for all his hospitality here at Wayne Valley. So that will do it here from Wayne Valley High School. The Indians losing to Wayne Hills by the score of 7-0. For Steve Nagler and Gus Ornstein, I'm Lou Brogno saying thanks very much for joining us. Once again, your final score here on MSG Varsity's High School Sports Showcase, Wayne Hills 7 and Wayne Valley 0.